want to see more people be able to afford homes. We see that the prices aren't jumping way up like it had been, and saying, well, why is that a big deal about sellers? Well, if you're going to sell your house, you're going to have more people interested in buying your house.
Well, good afternoon. It is Randy with Besttown Agents. We're here with Gary Raze with RE/MAX Integrity, and we're going to be talking today about the Eugene and Lane County real estate market. And today is September 25th, so we're going to be diving back into the last couple of months and what's happening right now. So, Gary, good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
Boy, I'll tell you, things are interesting right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some kind of a leveling of buying and selling, which is okay. I mean, for lots of reasons.
Right.
Number one, we see that the prices aren't jumping way up like it had been. As a matter of fact, the prices of last year compared to the prices of this year have really leveled off in comparison to the old years when everything was going up so high.
Right.
So we encourage that because we want to see more people be able to afford homes. The big bonus, of course, is the fact that the interest rates have dropped this past several weeks. We've gone down to like 6.3 now, or 6.37 to be exact, compared to close to 7% just a month and a half ago. So that's really encouraging for buyers and for sellers. And you're saying, well, why is that a big deal about sellers? Well, if you're going to sell your house, you're going to have more people interested in buying your house because of the interest rate. Well, that's a big deal. But what I'm excited about right now is that with we're talking about the spring, or it's the difference between spring and fall. And fall looks like really a pretty good time right now to go ahead with your goal of buying or selling, because prices have leveled. We've got a little bit of more inventory, and that's a big thing.
That's a big plus.
And then we turn around, and with the interest rates going down a little bit, it just helps our whole economy. So that part I'm excited about.
That's good.
If we want to look back to how things have happened this past couple of months, markets have shown that we are on the market longer now. In other words, we put it on the market, and people expect, in the old days, when I say old days, last year, they would sell immediately, and people would overpay for a home, and that's dangerous. Now we're not paying, not overpaying, and in some cases, as a matter of fact, in the month of July, I think it was 47% of all the homes sold for a little bit less than listing price. So that's smart, and that's good for everybody.
Yeah.
We don't want people, as we did before with free money that COVID gave us.
Yeah. Everybody
was just offering more money than the other buyer and this buyer, and they were overpaying. Well, that's okay if you're going to be here a long time, because eventually the home prices or the appreciation will go up. But what if you had to sell within a couple of years after you've overpaid by $20,000 or $30,000? That's the part that's not easy.
Right.
So, and of course, as we know, there's still always going to be a demand. People are always going to need to move. There's always going to be influx and outflux. What's helping us here in Lane County, and especially Eugene, of course, is our university.
Okay.
And the university, matter of fact, this year, Randy, they're expecting, and when I say this year, fall,
right,
we're expecting the largest freshman class to ever attend the University of Oregon.
Well, that bodes well, actually, for all of Eugene then.
Well, of course, I know a lot about kids, and kids like to eat.
Yeah.
And kids don't always eat dormitory food.
Right.
So they go out, and so their monies that go out really help the economy. And so that's a good point. The other thing, with the incoming large amount of people coming in, is you've noticed a lot of building around the Eugene area lately, and they're trying to make enough rooms out there to make it easy for people to rent. The other thing that I'm going to bring up, and this is kind of a side note, because I got to sell 2 houses lately that the people were smart enough to buy a rental house for their kids to go to school. Well, imagine that with the cost of housing. If you were to purchase a rental house and have your daughter or son rent to roommates and help pay for that home, that's a big help for the cost of college. And you know what happens after they leave? Then the parents get to sell that house for a profit.
Right.
So think that through as well. And I'm talking to the local people right now, but that's something that you should share with. If you have college people that are going to start school, you might think about buying an income property.
Right. So then, even if you're moving in, or your son or daughter's moving into Eugene, it makes sense. Now, I'm going to ask this question: what would be the normal home size? Like, do they buy the 4-bedroom, 2-bath, or what would the normal one buy?
If they're going to purchase a home that's going to be a rental house, it's probably going to be an older home.
Okay.
And if it's anywhere near the university, that's a big plus because kids can bicycle to work or to school and so on. 4-bedroom would be a bonus, but you're not just going to have all of that where it's affordable. So probably 3-bedroom, no less than 3 bedrooms.
Right.
Because you have to have enough people rent the house to make it pay off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we're looking at, as far as right now, Lane County is such a wonderful place to be. And anybody who's listening to this already knows that. But people outside the community, they need, if they hear about what we have, what we offer, not only educationally, but our climate is good. Forest fires are always an issue, as of the last 6 years in a row. It doesn't reach Eugene, but the outskirts, we do have some issues there. But there's so many activities that people can be part of here in Lane County.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus. I want to encourage people that are interested in buying or selling. Contact your mortgage people, contact your realtor. Don't try to do it on your own. I'm not saying that as a realtor. I'm telling you that as somebody who knows what happens to people when they try to do things on their own. As far as for sale by owner, a lot of things can happen that cause lawsuits later. So you be protected. But my point is, interest rates we know are good. We know that there's tariffs out there. We don't know what the future holds for our economy. Saying that, we know what it is right now.
Yeah.
We know what the interest rates are right now. If the interest rates go down further, so what? We'll refinance later. If the interest rates go up, it doesn't matter. We've already purchased a home.
Right.
The cost of the home stays flat. And the other thing that you have to remember is, the more that the interest rates go down, the more people enter the market. The more people that enter the market, what do you suppose happens to the house prices? More demand on the house, and so therefore that inches its way up. So if you purchase now, or sell now, but you purchase now, that is constant. The only thing that goes up from now on is just taxes and insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's my little spin. I think this is a perfect time right now in early fall to make a push. November, December, unless you have to move, forget it. Because there's not enough people out there that are wanting to look at your house in December. You've already got your tree up. If you have to move, that's one thing. But if you don't have to move and you can wait till spring, that's a wise thing to do.
That makes sense.
Now I want to talk about that real briefly if you've got time.
Sure.
So a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I'm going to follow that advice. I'm going to go March, April, May. Those are the dandelions are up. That's the best time to sell. It's a great time to sell. But what's happening to everybody else who's thinking of selling? So you have more people trying to sell at the same time, which means you've got more inventory to look at. You're also competing against more buyers. Think about what it would be like if you wanted to sell or buy in January, February. Well, if you want to sell, you're looking around, you know what? I don't have that much competition.
That's right.
And if I'm a buyer, I'm not competing with all the different other buyers out there. So January and February is kind of a gold nugget time to put your home on the market, especially if you don't have children. If you've got children, that makes it more difficult.
Right.
But if you don't have children, boy, you're getting in a time when no one else is going to be crowding you out.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. January, February is the sweet spot that most people don't hear about. So that brings me to the next point. Are people moving into Eugene or moving out? Like, what's the balance of the population?
Okay, without getting political, I'll get political. There are some political situations where, because of our tax structure, there are people that are moving to Arizona because of the climate, but Texas is the big hot spot.
Oh.
And Tennessee is the big hot spot. So they're getting, so if you're moving away, generally they go to those two states. But we get a lot of incoming people from California, of course, because their taxes are higher than ours.
Yeah.
And we also get a lot from just various places that want to be in a more mild climate, and they're tired of the Minnesota winters and those types of things. So we can get people from all over the United States. But the university is the one that brings most people in that are professionals.
Oh, it's a
doctors.
huge card.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't want to throw sports into it, but obviously we've got a good athletic program. We've got good programs out there that serve all kinds of different levels. We've got a Lane Community College that is one of the best in the country, and they service the people that want to do blue collar types of jobs. So I'm a big fan of that. They have several thousand students learning trades.
Okay.
So that's a big plus. So we have lots to offer culturally, athletically, and all of this types of things. But most of all, our climate is wonderful. We've got rivers. We've got an hour away from skiing, and we're an hour away from the coast. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, right on, right on. I'm going to do, this is unusual here, I'm going to do a pitch for Gary here in a quartet that he talked about culturally. So what do you do there kind of away from this Remax office?
Well, I've been singing in the barbershop quartet for since 1900, since for the last 30 some years.
Wow.
Our current quartet name, because we're all getting older, is called Social Insecurity. And so even today we were out singing for the vets.
Oh, great.
They were on a trip to Washington D.C. 120 former vets on their way. So there were about 1,000 people out there at the VA hospital there, and our little group came in there and sang with our chorus, the Cascade Chorus. So we had about 20 members that came and sang patriotic songs for them for their program. So it's just fun. It's a good. Yeah, if you're out there and you can carry a tune, talk to me.
Right. That sounds great. So anyways, we'll wrap this up here. You're going to listen next month here for October and what's happening. But from what I'm hearing, really right now is a great time to either sell or buy, depending on your circumstance, obviously. And for those of you that don't find something on the market right now, it's like, okay, maybe January and February is a sweet spot. I don't have to compete with the 6 other people coming into the open house behind me. So anyways, Gary, it's fantastic to be here. Great day today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You take care.
Yeah.